started. My name is Misty Hollis, and I have had the pleasure of serving as a campaign manager for Lieutenant Donnie Benedict. And I just wanted to say a little bit about the professional side of Donnie. I think a lot of you in this room know the personal side of him. And we all know he's a Hagerstown boy. This is where he grew up. And we're excited that someone from Hagerstown is willing to step into a leadership role for our county. But on the professional side of Donnie, he started his time in law enforcement at the jail and ended there as a jail supervisor, and then had a great opportunity to move into leadership with the Richmond Police Department. And he has served there since 1990. He has changed a lot of leadership roles in his position at the police department, and he was so sweet. He gave me 2 pages of all of his accomplishments with the police department. I did ask. I didn't realize it was going to be 2 pages. But anywhere from several certifications, but then he also has the ability, and he does serve in different capacities, and I just want to talk about some of these. Board of Directors for Birth of 5, extension work with the Board of Public Works and Safety for the City of Richmond. He serves as a leader with the City of Richmond Insurance Committee, 25-year member of the Hagerstown Fire Department, attends United Methodist Church, Department Accommodation for Supervisor of the Year. He's a 2-time winner of the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce Law Enforcement Officer of the Year. Serves on the Board of Directors for the Wayne County Safety Village of Wayne County. Past member of Rotary International. He's a current member of the Richmond Kiwanis Club, and he's also a Board of Directors with Sunrise. And that's just what he does in his spare time. But I just want to say to you, from someone who lives in Richmond, serves on town council for the city of Richmond, I've had the pleasure of knowing Donnie. We graduated from Leadership Wayne County together, and that was before I was married 20 years ago. I have watched him in any capacity that he is given, steps into a leadership role and does it with all of his heart, with all of his mind. And it is just an honor to be here tonight and introduce you to Lieutenant Donnie Benedict.
Well, as this campaign starts off, before we get started, there's a couple of things we need to get cleared up and straight. My tax returns are available for review. I've not done any business with any foreign governments. I did purchase a truck out of Kentucky back in November. Some of you in this room may consider that an issue, but it was legal and fully disclosed. So thank you all for coming. I know you all have other events and things you could be attending tonight, but it is humbling to see this room packed to capacity to hear my announcement. What you're going to hear tonight is not a rehearsed speech. I've got some notes. I'll probably miss some stuff because normally I do this. It's off the cuff. It's from the heart. But I did write some notes down, and we're going to move forward. I was told to limit it to 5 minutes, so I can assure you it'll be just a little longer than that, most likely. So who I am. First and foremost, I'm a father and a dad. And I'll try to do this without getting emotional. You two stand up. Stand up. This young man is 21 years old. He just completed his junior year at IU at the Kelley School of Business. He is absolutely amazing. He's been just incredible to be around. He's actually inspired me more than he knows. Nick is accomplished violinist, fiddle. He can take a bluegrass fiddle and make you all cry with it. He started that at a very young age. He can saddle his own horse, drive a truck, and him and his girlfriend and dance partner are currently taking the ballroom dancing world by storm. They are traveling the Midwest and up and down the East Coast, bringing home titles in the amateur ballroom dancing competition all over the Midwest and the East Coast. I couldn't be more proud In fact, I forgot to mention that I'm a proud father. There's Francesca. She's quiet and she's shy. She's the typical daddy's girl. She gets in trouble now and then, but I want to tell you, she is accomplished in academics at school. She'll be starting her sophomore year as up here taking in Hagerstown with AP classes and honor classes. Her accomplishments are horse riding. This young lady's quiet and shy until she gets into an arena filled full of dust and 3 barrels. And look out. She has taken a very young horse with the help of Mary Lynn Tobby as an instructor and mentor, and Jana and Drew and Kenzie Stewart have helped her become quite the horse lady. Couldn't be more proud for you. This year she's accomplished, she's number 2 in the Midwest Youth Rodeo Association, which qualified her to go to the national finals in Oklahoma under the Little Britches National Rodeo Association, and we will be there in July. So again, I'm a proud father first and foremost, and a dad. Secondly, I'm a son to Don and Carolyn Benedict. They are lifelong residents of Hagerstown, and they currently live part-time in Leesburg, Florida, living the good life. They are responsible for who I am today. They have switched my legs, beat my butt, loaned me money, you name it. They've been supportive from day one, and they are still supportive today through the good times and bad. Thirdly, I'm a brother to my brother Shane. He's my youngest brother. Shane can't be here today. He lives out in Philadelphia. He is vice president of a global company that produces cocoa. It's probably one of the largest companies that produces cocoa in the world. Without his support and his encouragement, I would not be standing here today, most likely. He's encouraged me and supported me for my ambition for this for quite some time, and I can't thank him enough. There were times that I used to tie him up with handcuffs and a garden hose and put him out in the front yard on display as the school buses went by. But he still supports me today like no other. We're going to move on to the key points of what I'm here for. I'm going to try to cover the who, what, when, where, how, and why in less than 5 minutes. My key points for this is my vision. This is a vision. It's my vision. It's not a vision based on entitlements. It's not a vision based on legacies. This vision is clearly a vision of what I think Wayne County law enforcement should be. Part of my vision is going to be to move the Wayne County Sheriff's Department into a model of policing called intelligence-led policing. I've received training from this from the University of Louisville, Southern Police Institute. It's a different style of policing than we've accomplished here before. It is data-driven, gathering information, sharing the information, analyzing the data, creating and a lot of intelligence. And the intelligence drives us to redirect our patrol tactics to target or go after the most prolific offenders and most serious offenders in the county. We'll be bringing this message to the community throughout this campaign, and I'll be happy to talk about this more. This is a model of policing that's from responsibility from the top down. Number one person has to be on board and committed to this. And I tell you now that I am committed to intelligence-led policing. After nearly 30 years of police work and 20 plus years of leadership in law enforcement, I truly believe this is the style of policing that will move us forward into reducing crime and our problems in this county. The enforcement side of this, what we will end up doing is we target the 6% of the most prolific offenders and repeat offenders. And yes, you dare say target in public, but it is fact, it's fact-driven, it's driven by data, it's driven by information and intelligence. So when that data comes in, you redirect your resources to target those individuals. If 6% of the criminals commit 60% of the crime, if you can make arrests and convictions of just a handful of that 6%, look at the ripple effect that you will have on your crime rate. It is truly the model of police work that we need to move to. I've received training with that. I have a commitment from my instructor from the University of Louisville Southern Police Institute to help me institute this here in this county. In fact, the Richmond Police Department is moving towards that model of police work as we speak. I will give you some examples of that here later. The next thing I would like to talk to you about is, on the vision side of it is, we need to develop an East Central Indiana crime coalition. We need to partner with people in the communities and the law enforcement executives in this county and the counties that surround this county. And that includes, if you was to look at Richmond as a donut being in the center, every county that borders us. We need to bring those law enforcement executives together on a regular basis, share ideas, share resources, because resources are limited, and share intelligence and come up with ideas to prevent crime. This is an ongoing thing. We know that the crime and the drugs, everywhere you go in this county, it is about, when I talk to people from economy to Boston, from Richmond to Hagerstown, you name it, the number one priority is the drug abuse and the epidemic and the crimes associated with that. I'm telling you that the model of intelligence-led policing will help us reduce that. Part of that model will be developing a brain trust, if you will, of law enforcement executives from this region to help combat this crime. And I'm here to tell you this is doable. It just takes leadership to do so. We need to move forward and do it. And you will see results with this. The other thing I would like to do is, although it's controversial, we need to research and develop and get a real drug rehabilitation program in the county jail. There were 39 prolific offenders arrested from December to March 31st. The one common denominator out of those 39 people that were arrested during that time that we identified as prolific offenders was a substance abuse arrest. It was a substance abuse arrest, either visiting, maintaining a common nuisance, the distribution, the sale of narcotics or drugs, or the use or the possession of the same. You have a built-in audience already in the jail. There's 2 counties already that came out at this, matter of fact, just recently at the Indiana Attorney General's office that had a conference earlier this week. There's 2 counties in this state that have already instituted this, and they're seeing dramatic decreases in recidivism, repeat offenders. So it does make a difference, and it may cost money up front, it may take resources up front, but the bottom line is you pay me now or you pay me later. And we all know if you pay later, you pay dearly. So we need to move forward with that. The next thing we need to talk about in this process is why. Why am I here? Why am I doing this? If you would, I would like for you to imagine yourself opening up the Sunday paper and reading the headlines that a criminal gang had moved into Wayne County and killed over 50 people last year and injured hundreds more. What would law enforcement and a community be doing? We wouldn't be standing around, sitting around, asking questions. We would be in action mode. We need to get into action mode. In fact, if you think about this, when you look at the crime and the drugs and the amount of heroin and opiate addiction that we have in this county and the crimes related to that, it's amazing. Over 50 people died last year. And if you think that a criminal gang had moved into Richmond or Wayne County last year and killed 50 people, what would we be doing? What would law enforcement be doing? We darn sure wouldn't be doing the same thing we've been doing for 20 years. We need to find a different way. We need to find a different way to go after this. Is it the answer? I don't know. But we need to start moving forward and taking that message out, and let's start getting this done. If that criminal gang was poised to kill more than 50 people this year, what would law enforcement be doing? Well, folks, those of you that's played softball, those of you that have coached baseball, what is the first thing that we tell our kids? What is the first thing that we tell our kids? We tell them, you got to get in front of the ball to stop it. You got to get down on the ball to stop it. There's only one way to get in front of a rolling ball. You've got to move and get in front of it, and you've got to get down on it. You cannot catch a rolling ball by chasing it. I'm telling you, we're chasing a rolling ball. The only way you catch that rolling ball is if you get in front of it or it loses momentum. Well, just recently, within the last month, we were advised by county officials that we are poised to nearly double the deaths in Wayne County from heroin addiction and overdose. This ball is not losing momentum. So if you don't change your tactics and you don't change the way you do business from the top down, you are never going to catch that rolling ball. We've got to find a way to get in front of it. I think I'm poised. I think I have the knowledge and the experience and the courage to make the change. With your support next May in the Republican primary here in this county, I will make that change. We'll move on to the general election and take this county into a point in time where you can say, hey, we're making a change. It's moving forward. There's many aspects to this model. I've gone over my 5 minutes. I'm being waved at. Understand one thing, guys. This is something we need to do. We need to make this change. No more do we need to do whack-a-mole police work. We all know what that is. It's the arcade game where the mole pops up and you take the little rubber mallet and try to hit it. Reactionary police work doesn't work. We've been doing it for years and look where we're at. So let's make this change and move forward. Once again, thank you for coming. I'm sorry that the room is so packed, that it's uncomfortable for everybody, but I'm happy everybody showed up. Thank you again for coming, and I look forward to serving as your sheriff in the future.
I guess I just want to make sure we all know, what office are you running for? Well,
Really?
yeah, officially say it.
I am officially announcing my intention to run for the office of Wayne County Sheriff.
Thank you. Quickly, thank you all for being here. Starting tonight, it's ready to go. There is, and this is where you're really important right now, is if any of you are attached to social media, and I know there probably are some people in here that aren't, but if you are, Benedict for Sheriff is live on Facebook, and Benedict for Sheriff is live on Instagram as of tonight. We will be taking the statement and loading it on Facebook tomorrow. Please share that. Make sure you get his message out as soon as possible. And again, this is early, so you're going to see it kind of gradually build until we get to the end of the year. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure that you see the sign-up sheet as it's going around, and we appreciate your service and your dedication to get Donnie elected for our next sheriff.